Hello and welcome to this week's writing prompt, specifically chosen for those people who are writing about their life, whether it be their life story, their autobiography, journaling, personal essays, or even a memory journal. In fact, anything records stories from your own life. My name, for those of you who don't know me, is Elizabeth Bezant, and for most of my life I have been a writer and a writing coach. And these weekly writing prompts come out every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Tassie time. Or if you prefer not to rely upon your memory, feel free to click on the subscribe and notify button, and I'm sure YouTube will be very happy to remind you. As we're approaching Mother's Day in some countries, I thought it might be fun to have a writing prompt that focuses on the female members of your family. So this one is, what was something that your grandma taught you or is currently teaching you? It really doesn't matter. It's more a case of looking at all the things you've learnt in the world and figuring out which one your grandma taught you, or looking at all the time you've spent with her and figuring out what it is that you've learned from her. It could be a practical lesson. It could be something that's more psychological. It could be a different way of handling things. It could be looking at the perspectives in the world and seeing things from a slightly different angle. There are plenty of things we can learn from the older generation. The question is, which one are you going to write about? For me, I'd probably go with one that starts in the standard grandma arena of all the grandchildren standing around the kitchen table baking a cake. I remember very clearly the bowl that she used to use, that we used to put the flour in whenever we were making a cake. And it was my job this one day to add the eggs. So I went to crack open an egg into the bowl, and she goes, "No, you've got to put it into a cup in case it's off. Then you don't mess up and lose all the other ingredients. You just throw the egg out. You don't have to throw the flour out as well." So I thought, okay. And then I said to her, "Well, how do you know if an egg is off?" And she goes, "It'll smell. You'll know before you even see that it's off, that it's off." And that's me thinking, but if I know that it's off before the egg has totally cracked, why do I need to put it into a cup so that surely I would react and throw out the egg and it would get nowhere near the flour? Logically, that works. But my grandma was still very insistent. You never crack an egg straight into the ingredients, into a pan, onto a skillet, anything. It goes straight into a cup where you mix it, if need be, and put it where you're going to need it. Funnily enough, it's something that I still do today, and it's quite possibly 50 years after she told me. A good lesson to learn. I still haven't come across an egg that's off, so I don't know, in fact, if I would have known that it smelt before it landed in the cake mix. But I think I'm quite happy avoiding that situation and just going with what she always told me. So, what were you taught? What did you learn? Maybe it was something you learnt that wasn't intentionally taught to you. It was just something you saw and absorbed from spending time with your grandma, or granny, or nan, or whatever you choose to call her. So there you go. This week's writing prompt is, write about one of the things your grandma has taught you. I hope that gives you something to think about and something to write about. As always, if you enjoyed it, please thumbs up and subscribe. These writing prompts come out every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Tassie time. But if you're interested in more of the writing prompts that I've put together, please click on the link in the description. It'll take you directly to my Etsy store, which has a selection of writing things and many writing prompts. If, on the other hand, you'd like to spend some more time on improving your writing, don't forget that I have some Skillshare online courses, which are currently free. Something that's definitely worth making the most of. The link to that, like I say, is in the description. If you have any thoughts or comments, please feel free to leave those. But in the meantime, please have fun with your writing, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.